Hello and welcome to my channel. It is day 3 of Vlogmas and today I have been tagged by the lovely Rachel from Bales 1986 SW, and it's a Christmas tag with lots of different questions that I am so looking forward to answer. So let's get started. So the first question is my favourite Christmas song. I love the one that Rachel mentioned, which is Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's definitely one for getting up and dancing or just having a good old sing-along in the car. Yeah, I really love that song. But my all-time favourite is Slade, Merry Christmas everyone. I absolutely love it. It just reminds me of, I remember growing up, I remember we having it played around the house, but I remember as soon as we started going to pubs when I was a teenager, like late teens and sort of early 20s, everyone would be back from uni or wherever, and we'd all congregate to the pub on Christmas Eve, including some parents. They would come along as well, and we would literally spend the whole evening drinking, just chatting, catching up with everyone, and this song would come on. There'd be Christmas music and everyone would get up and dance, and it would be just amazing. And yeah, it just reminds me of happy memories, spending time with my friends and family, and yeah, that's my favourite song. Number 2 is my favourite Christmas movie. I love Santa Claus the movie. That is one of my favourites. I also love sort of more modern day is Elf and The Grinch. Both are 2 of my favourites. And also Get Santa. Watched it the other day. Really funny. If you like a good comedy, it's light-hearted, and Sydney was just literally doing proper giggles. Get Santa is a good one to watch. But my all-time favourite is A Christmas Story. It's set in the, I think it's set in the 50s in America, and it's about this little boy who wants this sort of BB gun, and yeah, it's really, it's funny, it's light-hearted, it's just, yeah, it's what I've watched pretty much. As soon as I watched it when I was younger, I've watched it every year since, and I absolutely love it. And I've introduced it to Sydney, which he thinks is really funny as well. It's not his all-time favourite, so I kind of have to sit down and watch it. Otherwise, I will just sit there and watch it on my own. I absolutely love it. And his name is also Ralph, which is where I got Ralph from. So yes, Ralph is named after him and the character in there. Yeah, it's just my all-time favourite film. It just reminds me of Christmas. That's my film. I really love it. My favourite Christmas memory. Oh, there's so many. My worst Christmas memory was when my parents split up on Christmas Day. So that's not a great memory. So for Christmas for me it was also quite a bit, I don't know, I never really enjoyed it after that, but it was still fun. And it was also, yeah, it just wasn't a nice Christmas day. But I did spend it with my family, but it was just, didn't end very well. But going forward from there, I did get to spend 2 Christmases. So I had Christmas with my mum and Christmas with my dad, depending which year we were with who. So that was always quite good. But I guess my favourite memory has to be going back to meeting up with my friends and family. We would go down the pub, including my mum and stepdad would join us sometimes. Darren's parents were there before I got together with Darren, friends' parents, and it was just it's just a good memory. I just remember going down there, and it's, you know, friends went off to university or moved away, and that's every year when they came back to stay with their family, that's where we'd congregate. And even now, even though we've got kids and things like that, we always joke about, my friend will send a text, say, see you down the Checkers at 6:30, and that was it. You know, that just sort of reminds me, and every year he sends that, and it's just like, oh, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm creating new memories with my children now, but I do miss those days. I just miss those memories of everyone catching up and finding out what everyone's been up to, and before they celebrate Christmas Day with their family. Number 4, do you have an advent calendar? No, I don't. I used to get an advent calendar, and then I had children. My mum always used to buy me one, and one for Darren. Darren still gets one, but the boys don't. I think it's because I've always been on a diet, and even though I could have the advent calendar, me and Darren are kind of sharing it this year. I sin the chocolate. I think it's 2 sins, the one we've got. But previous to that, I've always been on diets, so I've always deprived myself when I should just allowed myself to have that little bit of chocolate treat. But the boys have one, they have two, and they've also got one from my dad this year, which is a Hot Wheels car one, which they are both loving. So both got exactly the same, and they both get the cars, and they're so excited. Unfortunately, they are waking up a little bit earlier since the 1st of December, which is great, just because they want to open their advent calendars. But yeah, they're both enjoy the chocolate and both enjoying the cars. Number 5, my favourite Christmas ornament. So I brought them up here because I haven't put them on the tree yet. I have got some of the children's, which are lovely, but these are ones that I had made from a lady. She's on Instagram, and she's also a friend of mine. She made them, they're ceramic and they're handwritten. You might recognise her handwriting. She's done work with Harrods and things like that. And I got them made up the year when Ralph was born. So they go on the Christmas tree every year, and they're just beautiful. And when they're packed away very gently, because they're obviously made of ceramic, and I don't want them to break. So they have little pouches and then lots of bubble wrap to keep them, to make sure that they last the year in the loft. But yeah, they are lovely, and they're just me. I love them with my children's names on them. Number 6, when does my tree go up? So it goes up the first weekend in December, except this year. This year we decided to get our lounge straight. We had so many picture frames everywhere of where things are going to go. We were just like, we need to get this sorted. Darren was like, no, we're not getting the tree, I just want to get the lounge and everything sorted. So the lounge is all now sorted. So tomorrow I will going to get the Christmas tree. I'm not sure where from yet. I'm going to go and have a look for some, I might go and do the soaring one. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can, it might be a bit stressful with Ralph, but I'm sure I'm going to find a Christmas tree from somewhere. So yeah, we're going to get that tomorrow, and then hopefully decorate that either tomorrow or one day this week. But I'm just going to get it so we've got it. So number 7, any Christmas traditions. So mine is actually very similar to Rachel's. So we, the kids have these stockings that were they've had them since they were babies. They've got one each, and they're beautifully knitted ones with their Christmas decoration on. You will see them in my videos as we go through Vlogmas. So every Christmas Eve we go out and we sprinkle oats onto the decking, ready for the reindeer so they can see it. And then we put the mince pie out and a drink for Santa and a carrot or two for the reindeer. And then before they go to bed, they hang their stockings on the door, on their bedroom doors. And then in the morning, when Santa's arrived and he's filled their stockings up, then they come and sit into our room, and they open up their presents, and then we go downstairs and they see Santa's delivered their main present, and then can open presents from myself and Darren and any other presents they've got. And then the last couple of years the grandparents have come over to ours, and this year we've got my mum staying with us, so she'll be coming up sort of mid-morning Christmas Day, and there'll be more presents, and then the in-laws will come over and there'll be more presents. So yeah, so that's what we do. That's a Christmas tradition, and we've always done that. We've never been away for Christmas so far, but that's what we've done. We probably still would do that if we went away anyway. Number 8, Brussels sprouts, yes or no? Yes, I love Brussels sprouts. They're really, really good for you. Even my other half, he's not like keen on them, will eat them because they're so good for you. So yeah, I like them. I always have done. I like them steamed, roasted, fried with like some bacon lardons or and maybe some chestnuts. Yeah, I really like Brussels sprouts, and they're great in soups as well, because they're so nutritious for you. And they really bulk out a soup as well. So yes, I do like Brussels sprouts. Mince pies, yes or no? Yes, another yes from me. I love mince pies. I'm not that keen on shop bought ones. I do find them quite sweet, so I do like to have homemade ones. I think my mum's making some this year, so hopefully she'll bring some up. I know she's going to make some for Christmas Day, but I do like a homemade mince pie. If not, I'm going to try and make some myself as well. I did last year, it's just whether I get time. But I will eat shop bought ones, but I'm just not as keen on them as I am homemade ones. I've also been making the oat baked mincemeat pies, which are really, really nice. They're a great way, which are low sin, so basically using 2 tablespoons, level tablespoons of mincemeat. That is 4 sins, and adding them to my oat bake mixture, and they just give it that Christmassy smell, and yeah, yummy. So I really like those. Christmas dinner at yours, and what is it like? So Christmas dinner for us is like a roast dinner with a few extras. So we don't do a starter or anything like that. We have our breakfast sort of mid-morning, and then we maybe have like a coffee or maybe like a mince pie, and then we'll have dinner around sort of 2ish, 3ish, around that time, and we have basically a roast dinner with turkey, and then we have extras like the pigs in blankets and stuffing balls, and sometimes we've had bread sauce, but we probably won't have it this year because no one really eats it. It's only myself, and I can go without that. And then we just have a pudding, which we usually have a few choices of pudding, so like Christmas pudding, mince pie, or a cheesecake. We're actually having cheesecake this year. Sometimes we have a trifle, but we sort of mix it up a little bit. My mum bought a really nice raspberry roulade last year, which was really nice. So it's something along those lines, but also the traditional as well, with the Christmas pudding, and then custard and maybe some brandy butter and things like that. We have that, and then later on in the evening we sort of have like picky snacky bits, so like sandwiches and that, maybe like turkey or ham sandwiches, like the gammon. My mum gets a gammon joint, and then for myself I'll probably just have cheese and biscuits, because I really love cheese and biscuits on Christmas Day evening, usually with like a glass of red wine, sort of to finish off the day. But I really like cheese and biscuits. That is like one thing I'm looking forward to this Christmas, is being off plan Christmas Day and just relaxing but not overindulging. But I will be having cheese and biscuits in the evening. Number 11, what is my Christmas tipple? So for me it is, I do like a mulled wine, probably like more so Christmas Eve, maybe a Bucks Fizz on Christmas Day, but the thing I really like in the evening is some Di Serrano. I really like it with just ice on its own, and it kind of finishes off the day after I've had my cheese and biscuits, and sit down and maybe watch some TV or watch a film or something, and that I'll have my Di Serrano, and it just kind of finishes off the Christmas day, and I can put my feet up. So yeah, I used to like Baileys, but I'm not so keen on Baileys anymore. I haven't liked it for quite a few years now. I will have it. I don't dislike it. I just don't fancy it. Like, I wouldn't choose it if I had a choice, but I would have one if someone served me one. But yeah, for me it's Di Serrano. Number 12, Christmas chocolate. Is it Quality Street, Roses, Celebration or Heroes? So for me, for Christmas, it's got to be Quality Street, a big tin of Quality Street. However, we don't tend to have big tins or big tubs anymore at home. I haven't done for years, actually. I just find that you're constantly picking at the chocolate and then actually feel really sick. So yeah, for the past, probably about at least 10 years, we haven't had a tub of chocolates at home. But if I had to choose between them, I would probably choose a tin of, do you do tins anymore? They're tubs now, aren't they? Of Quality Street. If anyone sees any tins, let me know, because I really want a big tin, just because they're handy for putting your cakes in. But yes, it would have to be Quality Street for me. I do like Cadbury's Roses, but I think I would choose Quality Street over the Cadbury's Roses. And Celebration and Heroes are kind of like a new thing. I like them, but I wouldn't probably choose them if I had to choose out the 4 of them. Number 13, is it a real or artificial Christmas tree? Real for us. So ever since we've had Sydney, we've bought a real Christmas tree. We may change that tradition. I've seen a really lovely artificial tree, and it looks so real, but it's quite expensive. So if we can get it in the sale, we may get it and we'll have that next year, but otherwise it'll be a real Christmas tree for us. And the last question is, when does your Christmas tree go down? It is usually between Christmas and New Year. So I think last year I took it down Boxing Day, possibly. But this year, yeah, it'll probably be like the day after Boxing Day or a few days later, basically when I've got some time. Sometimes we used to have it up over New Year, but since I've had the kids, it's just literally taking it down, fresh start, clean the house, put all the toys away, put all the new presents away, and yeah, just tidy the house up. We haven't got a very big house, so the Christmas tree does take up quite a lot of our lounge, so that is one of the reasons why I do take it down early. But yeah, it's just basically when I've got time, but it will be between Christmas and New Year. So that's all the questions answered. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I have. So I need to tag 3 lovely people. So I'm going to tag 3 lots of friends. So the first lots are Cath and Laura. They are from the Budget Slimmers, and I'm sure Abby would like to join in on this one. The second person I'm going to tag is the lovely Freda. And the third person I'm going to tag is Helen from the Livingstones. And also, if you want to see the questions, I will put the link for Rachel's channel below as well, which has got the link for her original tag, so you can see the questions there. But thank you for watching, everyone. I'll speak to you all very soon, and take care. Bye.